Okay, I record this video. It's Thursday, 4th of December 2014. It is late morning here in France. It is 4:41 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you had a good day's trading yesterday on Wednesday. Just a quick note on time zones. We're still here in France, and so the US market closes at 10:15 p.m. France time. So I'm not going to record a video kind of late in the night for me like that, so I'd much rather wait till the next day. So you're getting these videos kind of after the day is closed. I still timestamp them for the Wednesday, which is the day to which they refer. But anyway, they're coming out kind of the next day just because of the time zones. So just want to talk really quickly about yesterday's trade. It was a one-shot, one-kill, but it took over an hour to make. We're just in this new environment where we're breaking to new highs. It's kind of slow and sluggish and just continues to creep higher and higher and higher. And what used to take, months ago would be, one-shot, one-kill. We could be done in 5, maybe 10 minutes. Now takes over an hour to make on some of these kind of sluggish days. But there were good reasons to hold for that long. I wouldn't call that kind of, I don't know, it's almost swing trading rather than day trading. It's certainly not scalping when you're sitting around for an hour for a target to be made. But anyway, it is what it is. You just got to go with the flow. So a couple of days ago, put out a video saying, the 2050 support here on the 40,500 tip bar chart needed to hold. If we did break that, we'd potentially be breaking into a downtrend. But of course, with the current environment, we're not going to break into a downtrend, heavens. No, we break into more upside moves. And on these higher time frames, you can see we had yesterday on the 4,500, pull back to end of trend. 13,500, I'll be looking for that same kind of pattern, pull back to end of trend, to be made over the next several days. So we'll see how that kind of works out. And the bias continues to be to the upside. So let's talk about this one-shot, one-kill trade that took an hour to make yesterday. So the day before, on the Tuesday, we had still had another one of these days where we just crept higher and higher, end up with an exhaustion pattern kind of midday or so with the Tuesday's trade, and we kind of closed towards the highs. So what we normally expect for a reversal day is a continuation of that strength in the morning, because we've got people that'll be kind of just looking at their charts overnight, putting in orders the next day, and the pros will kind of push it up with a little bit of strength until they get an exhaustion pattern. It kind of rolls over. So the pattern to look for is continuation of this strength from one day to the next, and this is the close on Tuesday, the open on Wednesday. Look for a continuation of that, and what I'm always looking for is another exhaustion pattern during what I call the full liquidity of the day, but it's basically during the day session here. If it happens kind of pre-market, it's a little bit suspect, so I'd be waiting for an exhaustion pattern during the day session. And so the bias coming into the open is for a continuation of that strength until we see the exhaustion pattern. And that's exactly what we got. Continued up, we had pullback to end of trend. It tried to kind of max out here, but there wasn't a lot of kind of topping out patterns going on. We had 2 or 3 kind of blue professional up bars, which signals that the professionals are kind of taking profits with resting sell orders. We did not have the exhaustion sell, and what we had was the reverse. We had a little bit of a rush for the doors with an exhaustion sell at this point here, and then you can see all these Rambo patterns. There's a couple here on 1500, and I think there's 2, or at least there's 1 down here on the 1500 tip bar chart. Rambo patterns on 1500, very significant, and that shows that the amateurs, they had all their moving averages were rolling over, and they were saying it's going down, I'm getting short, breaking out of this little channel here. They were trying to get short. No, it was not going to go down because we had not had enough blue professional up bars or exhaustion buy. So they get all taken out. Their stops are all sitting kind of close to these kind of new, these previous highs, or 2 or 3 points away from where they entered, and that's when they all get stopped out. So you see a couple of Rambo patterns going the other way. So that's a Rambo to Rambo channel. They get it wrong here, and they get stopped out on the reverse of that channel kind of here, and that's when we go for, that's a proper exhaustion type pattern with blue professional up bars, exhaustion buy, and so on. So good kind of lesson in exhaustion patterns and amateurs doing the wrong thing. So going into Wednesday's trade, I had a long bias because we had a continuation of the trend from the day before, and so got in a long kind of first thing on the 500 tip bar chart. Let's just pick up the open here. Yep. Now, I saw this blue professional bar, and I just jumped in as soon as I saw that. I should have waited for the break of that blue professional bar to the highs, so I just got in at 67.50. And it kind of went the other way. But look at this, Rambo patterns going the other way. The amateurs were trying to short it here. Remember, Rambo stands for a potential reversal of an amateur breakout or breakdown, and so the amateurs were going short, they get taken out. Another Rambo to Rambo channel, again their stops being hit because it's the top of the range up here, and then we go for this kind of little breakaway move. But it took a while to get to target. I'd squeezed my target out to 72.50, but then I moved it back into 71.50 because we just ran out of steam and we were looking around this pullback to end of trend. I was just out here. But the reason for holding through all of this junk, and we had a data release ISM non-manufacturing at 9, the reason for holding through all of that junk is we had no blue professional up bars taking profits on these highs until we saw that. That was the first blue professional up bar taking profits there. So you know that the high is not in. We had to sit through quite a lot of weakness all the way down, almost to entry, kind of down here. But it's amateur down bars at that point, bouncing off there, another amateur down bar bouncing off there, and finally the blue professional up bar kind of comes in. That's a signal that the professionals are starting to take profits, and that's where I jumped out. So it wasn't one shot, one kill, but it took forever to be made. It's no fun kind of sitting through that, but there was no reason to get out. So hope you traded it well. Looking forward to Thursday's trade. Let's hope it's a little bit more kind of pacey than Wednesday, but yeah, with these days the way the market is, who knows. Hope your trading is going well. Okay, just got long 67.50. Long 67.50. Just checking my stops and targets. So we had a pretty strong day yesterday. Ended up, we didn't have our turnaround at 11 in the morning, even though we had kind of a flush pattern and pullback 30 end of trend. We just kept on powering through. Ended up with exhaustion at the end of the day, big reading here. What you'd normally expect is continuation next morning to another exhaustion pattern and potential reversal day. Just looking at this, we're dropping back quite a bit. Maybe jumping in way too early. So should have been waiting for that blue professional bar to get broken to the highs. So we've got a triple kind of setting up here. Just wondering if we were going to go for a break above 68s. But no, we're kind of falling off a little bit. Alright, it's a Rambo pattern. Amateurs getting in too early with exhaustion. Exhaustion in Rambo is unstable. So if we'll come back, I need to be careful. This kind of needs to hold. We need to break up through this, through my entry. Gauge down 71.50. 4-4. Which was the original target? It squeezed out 72.50. We got to 72.25, and Rambo patterns kind of came in. Then it's just a question of kind of finessing the exit. I don't know. I don't think we've done enough kind of exhaustion buy up here, but it's been hard going. It's been over an hour in this trade, so finally it turned out to be a one-shot, one-kill. But geez, took its time, and we tested so many times back down to entry. But anyway, I'm sure we'll see 72.50. What the hell? Done for the day.